True crime is our passion, but let's face it, it can get heavy. That's why we created Monthly Mood, a space to lighten the mood and lessen the load. Once a month, we invite you to step away from the doom and gloom and join us for something a little different. From intriguing oddities and entertaining tangents to thought-provoking topics that inform and inspire, Monthly Mood is your true crime palate cleanser, because even the most dedicated detectives need a mental refresh. Hi, it's Shannon.
Hey, it's Carrie, and I'm here with your Monthly Mood. 12-year-old vibes and brain rot. What the Sigma? So I have a daughter, and she's born in 2012. There's a little bit of an overlap or a discrepancy, if you will, of what generation she's part of. But according to Parade, if you're born in 2012, you're part of Generation Alpha. Gen Alpha is a name given to the generation of people born between 2012 and 2024. Gen Z, on the other hand, was born between 1997 and 2012. So you be the judge. Gen Z is considered the first generation to have largely grown up using the internet, modern technology, and social media. Gen Alpha is an interesting group of young individuals. Let's talk about a huge trend with this generation: brain rot. If you're like me, about a year ago, you may have no idea what brain rot might be. So prepare to yeet as I spill the tea. According to
Yeet is my favorite word.
You like the yeet? That can be used in so many different things. Too funny. According to writingbeginner.com, brain rot is the linguistic side effects of binge watching TikToks, falling down YouTube rabbit holes, and scrolling endlessly through meme pages. That's like everybody, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But I totally, I totally get it now. Now that it's defined, and I'm like, yep.
I know, right? Because when my kids told me like brain rot, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, all right, I need to figure out what this is. So
I thought I had brain rot just because I'm getting older and forgetting like why I walked into the next room, you know?
I hear you, right? That's how I probably would have defined brain rot, but yeah. But this vocabulary, it often starts out with like a viral trend, a meme, or a slang term. It just resonates with this generation, the Gen Alpha. So before long, these words just become part of their daily digital lives. And it sometimes leaves parents and older generations utterly confused, like me. But interestingly enough, in December of 2024, brain rot was recognized as a slang term by the Oxford English Dictionary, highlighting its significance in contemporary language and culture. Like, oh, interesting.
Interesting.
To break it down, brain rot is basically this generation's slang. So you remember your slang growing up, right?
Oh yeah. Gosh. I was born in 72, so I grew up in the 80s where it was like Gritty to the Max and like, oh my God, and like the Valley Girl speak,
Valley Girl.
and then and then it just kind of evolved as the decades go on.
So true. Yeah. So for me, it was similar. Yeah. For me, it was phrases like cool beans. Cool beans. Take a chill pill. Awesome. And one of my personal favorites was dude. Depending on the way you would say it, it could be used in so many different ways, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you told me some of your favorites. So that's great. Most of Gen Alpha slang comes from their many forms of communication like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Roblox, and also from school and friends. So I remember during the pandemic, my daughter was on Roblox and she's yelling, "Spectate me. He's just a noob. She's so sus." And I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? I'm so confused. So I had to ask her what these things meant, only to be given an eye roll, of course.
Of course.
So these were like gaming terms, and I would say they were kind of easier to figure out compared to some of this newer brain rot terminology.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So let me tell you, actually educate you on some of the latest slang created by Gen Alpha. This one's great. You almost know bruh.
Oh, my 6-year-old granddaughter is like, bruh.
Yeah.
Or
Bruh.
bro. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're 6. What are you calling me bro for?
I like, not a bro. I know. It took me a little while, but I got there. In the era of immediate gratification, I know I'm probably not the only one who hears this quick sequence of mom, mommy, mom, bruh.
Mhm.
It can be used in so many ways. It's a very versatile term. It's
Yep.
just all like in the way that it's said. So let me just give you a little sampling of a thread, a text thread from my Gen Alpha daughter. Her name's Madison. 8:43 a.m. Madison. My clothes are on the floor. God, that's embarrassing. But hey, she's 12. All right, mom, my clothes on the floor. 8:58, Madison. I should be done dance around 11:15, so you can pick me up then. 11:04, Madison, all caps. Mom. 11:04 a.m., Madison. Answer me, bro. This is my daughter. 11:05. Here's me. Dad's picking you up. 11:05, Madison. Bruh. 11:05, Madison. I need my clothes. 11:05, me. He's bringing you back home. 11:05, Madison. Oh, okay. 11:05 again. Madison. He can pick me up in like 15 minutes. 11:09, 4 minutes later. Madison. I'm ready to be picked up now.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Can you relate, right?
Oh my
It's-
gosh.
This is the life of a Gen Alpha kid. It's like they want what they want when they want it. And
My one
Yeah.
granddaughter she's 13, so she's right at, she was
Oh,
born in
yeah.
2011, so she's right at the end of,
Yep.
of Z. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's not any different than this, it's like, can you pick me up at such and such a time? Yes.
Right.
I'm on my way. Actually, can you pick me up later? I'm like, I'm almost there.
You're like, stop.
I know. Like they are just on their own timetable.
Yes, they are. And the
And
best.
we are all to, revolve our lives around their timetables.
Right. Yeah. The best is she'll follow me on Life 360, if you know what Life 360 is.
Yep.
And yeah, I got it to watch them. No, they watch me. And she's
Mhm.
like, oh, Mom, why haven't you left yet? I told you to pick me up in like 4 minutes or whatever. Well, maybe because your sister's going to pick you up or something. Like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but yeah, this generation, wow, they're keeping me
Yeah.
young. They're keeping me young for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I'm okay with bruh most of the time, and I think it's kind of funny, and I use it sometimes too. But for me, I would say bruh is like it's the new dude, right?
Yes.
Right,
I
bruh,
agree.
dude. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So moving on, you may be familiar with some other terms like savage or salty or bussin', or maybe you could like deduce those meanings. Savage is someone who's bold. Salty is when you're like annoyed or frustrated. I'm like, okay, I can kind of get that. But one phrase I still don't get why kids say is, my food is bussin'. I'm like, all I can think of is like Dr. Seuss, like I can eat on a bus, I can eat with Gus. I don't, I don't get it's bussin'. What? It's like, well, now I know it actually means that it's really good and delicious. So I'll
Um,
take that compliment.
yeah. It's good to know it's a compliment because,
I
like
know.
I know, like we used to say, like busted for like stuff
Yes.
that's not good. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's a little close,
It
and now it has
is.
the opposite meaning.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of like Beastie Boys were like busted. Yeah.
Mhm.
Holy cow. No way. But speaking of food, have you ever heard of an almond mom?
I have not.
Oh, according to my daughter, it's the mom who makes her kids eat healthy organic foods. Like this would be the kid with like raisins and carrot sticks for their school snack, like no
Okay.
candy, no chips. In general, these moms encourage healthy eating habits and aim to have
Okay.
like little to no fast food and processed foods. So like that sounds fair, right?
That's
Almond
good.
mom. Yeah, I'm like, oh,
I mean,
that sounds great. So I had to look it up. I'm like, how did this become a thing? So I wanted to find out how this term originated, and I found out that it actually evolved from a viral clip from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Side note, I've never watched any of the Real Housewives. I don't know if you have, but no, not my jam.
caught clips and stuff, but I've
Hmm.
never like really sat down and got involved in
Okay.
any of the franchises. So
Right, right. Like I know what it is, but like I've never actually watched any of it. But anyway,
yeah.
so like apparently in this clip, Gigi tells her mom, I'm feeling really weak. I had like half an almond. To this, Yolanda replies, have a couple of almonds and chew them really well. So from this interaction, the term almond mom was born and then it began to evolve. So that was kind of
Oh,
interesting.
okay. And
But
it's funny because I will say, having
mm,
not watched Real Housewives, I
right.
know who Gigi and Yolanda are because that's
Oh,
Hadid, right? So,
I don't know.
Gigi Hadid
Hmm.
is, I think it's, yeah, because Bella is the other one. Gigi is dating Bradley Cooper.
Oh, ooh,
Yes, and was
nice.
at the Super Bowl with him. So
Oh, look at
I
that.
know, I know. There's
Yeah,
my current pop culture knowledge
nice.
for today.
More than mine, right? So, in contrast to the almond mom, I recently found out I'm a gummy bear mom. I must be like really cool, right? Like, gummy
Right.
bear. But LOL, fun fact, I actually don't even like gummy bears.
Yeah, I only eat the red ones.
Yeah, I mean, come at me. I don't know. I just don't like gummy bears. But anyway, as a gummy bear mom, my pantry is full of snacks from Cheetos to Cheez Its, cookies to muffins. My fridge and freezer often include items like juice boxes, Gatorade, soda, chicken nuggets, french fries, and ice cream. But
Nice. I like your fridge and freezer.
yeah, so do the kids. But before you come all at me, we don't eat just all junk food. We have lots of fresh homemade food options too. But I just really enjoy having lots of like fun snacks and stuff on hand for my kids. Especially when they have their friends over. Like I don't want to be that mom. They're like, oh, what do you have? Granola, yay!
Right. And they're always hungry.
Oh my gosh.
Even though 10 minutes after they eat dinner and they say they're full, they're
Hmm.
coming in looking for something to snack on.
Right. It's so true. And like with the older
Yeah.
two, I feel like, I tried maybe a little harder to be a little healthier, but I'm like, at this point, I'm like, it's fine. Like you're gonna live. You'll be just fine.
That's
So
is that with the first one you're super cautious, and
yes.
then the second one you're a little bit more easygoing, and by like the third, the fourth, you're like, pull it
Mm-hmm.
on your head if you're not going to listen to me. Like,
Uh-huh.
fine.
It's so true. Yeah, and I have a big age
Just over it.
difference. I have a 21-year-old, I have an 18-year-old, and then I have my 12 who keeps us young. So
Okay. Yeah.
she's the one educating me the most, honestly. But she does thank me for being the gummy bear mom. So you could say that I slay. You ever hear that?
You,
Slay.
yep, you slay.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, that one I get it. I'm like, all right, when I first heard it,
Yeah.
I'm like, slay, like, like, all right, you're nailing it. It's good. So let me shift gears a little bit and let's move on to what I've deemed some more complex terms. So we have skibbity and skibbity toilet. What do you think
Oh
that
my God.
means?
I do not know. And I have seen and heard like Skibbity Ohio and
Yes.
and Skibbity something else. And I'm like, and
What?
my brain will not accept that information. I am like, what the frick are you talking
It's,
about? What
yeah.
the hell
It
is
sounds like
Skibbity?
gibberish. What the skibbity, right? I know. I have
It
no clue.
sounds like something that Adam Sandler says in his
Oh
movies
my
when he does his
gosh.
little gesture to be like, shoot him or whatever. And I'm like,
Holy cow.
that's where my brain goes.
That is exactly right. That is spot on. Dang, Shannon, that was a really good one. I love that. Well, I had to look it up because, again, my daughter doesn't always want to tell me things. So
Mhm.
I found out it could actually mean good, it could mean bad, it could mean cool, or it could just mean nothing. So that's rather
Oh,
confusing.
so it's like Gen Alpha's aloha, I guess.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
good. Yeah, right?
like it just
Like it's
means
a
whatever
hello,
you want it to
goodbye, you're
mean.
welcome.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. Yeah. But yeah, so if you're confused like me, you're definitely not alone on this one. But I found out
Yeah.
that this term became popular from a YouTube series called Skibbity Toilet. And it was by an animator. And I'm going to probably like totally wreck this name Alexei Gerasimov. I don't know. You could try if you want.
Yeah, that sounds
Sorry,
Alexei
Alexei.
Gerasimov, I guess.
You got a
Okay.
really
So,
cool name,
yeah.
and I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
can't
yeah.
pronounce it. I'm so sorry.
Yes. We're
But
just simple folk.
honestly, at the end of the day, I think the kids just like saying it. It's like funny, like nonsense or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hear my daughter and her pookies, which by the way are her good friends, and they'll just
Um,
randomly blurt out, "Ah, skibbity." And like you said before, yeah, there are some variations that include Ohio skibbity toilet, meaning there's something odd or cringe, because apparently Ohio in general is odd.
Okay.
I learned that now too. And skibbity toilet.
I
Go
for
ahead.
Ohio. I mean,
I know, right? Why just sit on Ohio? I don't know, but there's also skibbity toilet riz, meaning riz is if you have charisma. I'm like, oh.
yes.
So moving on, my daughter came downstairs the other day and she's asking if her fit was eating. I'm like, sure. In my head, I'm thinking, what did it eat? Like, did she have like a food stain on her shirt or something? Should I be breaking out the Tide stick? Like, I don't understand. No, it's not time to do her laundry. She just wants to know if she looks good and stylish.
Oh my God, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
Like, she'll come
That
down,
is so funny.
like my bun, like she just went to dance today. My bun is eating. I'm like, what's it eating? Like, I don't.
I
So my advice would be, you just kind of go with it, or else you're going to be labeled as cringe, cringy, or just straight up delusional.
yeah.
So, like, for example, here's my Madison. Mom, love your fit. It's giving, I don't care, I work from home vibe. Here's me with my comfy pants, sweatshirt, messy bun. Oh, gee, thanks. Insert eye roll. As she just
Yeah.
dissed me.
Yeah. There's backhanded compliments.
Yeah. She's really good at those. Really good. But honestly, I can't end without this one. This one gets me. Gyat. G-Y-A-T-T. Gyat. What the Sigma is that?
What is that?
I'd never heard of this. So, well,
I never heard that one.
No, right? It's like so random. So I actually got schooled by my friends. My generation actually knew this one.
Oh,
And I never would have guessed in a million years, but it's a butt. It means a butt. I'm like, again, what the Sigma? But
I just point out,
yes,
like
please.
all of these terms that they're
Yeah.
coming up with, and
Mhm.
and they're creative. They're super creative because we're all
Yes.
sitting here scratching our head.
Right.
But you take like butt is a one syllable 4-letter word, and now we got yeah, which is more letters, more
That's
like they're
right.
some words they're taking they're complicating
So
meanings
true.
and simplifying others. You know what I mean? Like you said,
Right.
bussin'.
Like,
How we just say it's good,
right.
and
Oh my gosh, that's so true. It's like, I feel like the generation before them made everything shorter. Like,
yes,
with like
yeah,
texting and like, talk to you later,
yes,
TT, whatever that is. Yeah, I'm so bad with those things.
yeah, yeah. Like I'll ask them something or IDK. I'm like, okay,
Right.
bye.
Right.
You know, and and now you got skibbity, which is
Yeah.
good or bad.
And skibbity toilet riz. Yeah.
Scan toilet in Ohio and
Oh my gosh. If she ever hears this,
oh,
she's like, Mom, you're so cringe. I can't believe you did this.
yeah.
But
One
so
thing is
true.
funny too.
Mm-hmm.
If you like, as as a parent, as a grandparent, when they
Yeah.
say those things, if you start saying them, they will lose interest so fast.
Absolutely. Yes. I know.
It's hysterical.
The
It's
only
as soon as you take it into your own vocabulary, it's not cool anymore. So if
it,
there's something here's a parental and grandparent tip. If
mhm,
they're saying something you don't like, make it your own, and they'll stop saying it.
100%. Yes.
At least in your presence, they will.
Very true. Very true. The
You
only
made it
one,
uncool.
yeah, that I said that she thought was really cool is the one night our electricity went out. And when our electricity goes out and we're like all sleeping, we do a lot of like white noise and stuff. So it
Mhm.
just everything cuts out. So like I immediately wake up. And I said to Madison, I'm like, oh, did you wake up? She's like, oh, yeah. And then I just rolled over and I went back to bed. And I said, I woke up. I'm like, what the Sigma? She's like, you did? I'm like, no. She's like, that's so cool, Mom. I'm like, oh. But when she started with this, what the Sigma? I'm like, what? Sigma? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just kind of like, okay, we'll go with that. But it's fun,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Better than I guess I'm saying, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I know,
like
right?
our like Gen X is like
True that.
that's creeps. That's the first thing I think we think when we wake up in the morning.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the first things I'm saying. I'm not saying what the Sigma. Like, how the hell am I getting out of bed?
Yeah. Why am I getting out of bed?
That too. Oh my gosh, too funny. But like, yeah. But I wanted to just include a couple more brain rot words. I just felt that they were just like really interesting. Low key. You ever hear that? Like,
Mhm.
oh, I low key like
Yep.
that. Crunchy. Like, that's kind of cool. And it's not crunchy as in like, my celery's crunchy.
Right, right. They never are.
No, hits different. Like, oh, this chicken dish, it just
Mhm.
hits different or whatever. Flex, for real, or they would just go FR. You get the text
Yeah.
FR for real. And I really like this one. I don't know, Riz and Rizzler. I'm like, I think a Twizzler, Rizzler. Yeah. I mean, you got some Riz, you got charisma. This phantom tax. Oh Lord. Cap, like you're capping, like you're lying. Like if I said I'm tall, you'd be like,
Oh my
yo,
gosh.
you be capping.
Yeah. Dude, I said something the other day. I was like, no cap. I
No
forget who
way.
I
You know
said it
that one?
to. Yes, yes, I've heard
Stop.
it before. And
Mm,
sometimes I just throw it out to see, I like to make the people I live with, my son and my
yeah.
husband, I like to roll their eyes. I like to be like, I'm very weird and
Hmm.
and I really, I really own it.
Nice. Hey, that's the way to be, right? Just freaking own
Yeah.
it. Like, I'm weird and I
Hey,
know it. Like, I'm doing this.
exactly. They love me for it. And
Hmm.
otherwise, it'd be a little bit boring around here.
You know what? We're the same way here too. So, I
I'm
guess
keeping it
that,
real.
yeah, you are, or you're zesty.
Zesty.
You're lively and quirky. I'm definitely zesty
Yeah.
at times for
Yeah.
sure. But listeners, leave me a comment. Tell me like what's your favorite saying of your generation and do you still use it? Like I still use a lot of things Gen X kind of and my kids cringe like, oh, Mom, that's really
Mhm.
not cool that you just said that.
Yeah.
But also, like, I want to know what are your thoughts on this trend of brain rot? Like, what would you think about this? Do you think it's going to keep going? Is it just, quick come and go? I don't know. But I'll also link some of these brain rot terms in the show notes, just in case you don't have your very own mad lit Gen Alpha in your household like me. But even if you do have one, they probably not going to talk to you anyway because it's going to give them ick. But I'll leave you with one last thought. Don't get triggered if you're not sure what a Gen Alpha is talking about. Just be a baddie and just go do like a TikTok with your Gen Alpha kid and have fun.
That's awesome. I
Oh,
love it.
that's all I got for you. That's all we have for this episode of KCC's Monthly Mood. Thank you so much for listening, and please consider leaving us a review wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to find out more about the podcast, the hosts, and the cases we cover, or if you want to suggest a case, please visit us at kccpod.com or send us an email at keystonecoldcases@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook at Keystone Cold Cases and on Instagram and TikTok at KCCPod. Follow us on YouTube at Keystone Cold Cases. Please remember never to reach out to family or friends of the victims, only to law enforcement if you have any tips. This episode was researched and hosted by me, Carrie. Find all of our sources, social info, and contact information at kccpod.com. Theme music by Jamie Briggs and production assistance from Shannon Bickle. Join us again next week for another case to sleuth out.